Hey everybody. Since we cannot access, well, not everybody can access Adobe from home, we're going to be using an alternative to Photoshop, and that's Photopea, just like you see on the screen.com. And I've already taken a picture and I have downloaded it from Google Drive, so it's in my downloads folder. Let's open it up, resize it, and I'll show you how to save it if you're working multiple days, and how to save it when you're ready to turn in. The interface looks a lot like Photoshop, so I'm going to go to File, Open, since it's a picture I have already taken. And I'm going to my downloads, and I'm going to upload the original picture. There we go. It's open. And the first thing I want to do, as you should know already, that when you take a picture on a digital camera, it usually takes a very large picture with very low resolution. And we want to get that fixed. So let's go to Image and come down to Image Size. As you can see, my picture is quite large. It's 35 by almost 47. The resolution is low. So I want to change that into a more manageable picture size at a high resolution. Now, when I change my height, you can see that nothing happened to the width. We want to click the chain, and that's going to keep the aspect ratio. So it's going to change the width in proportion to the change that I've already made to the height. So now this is a 7 by 5¼ inch picture, and I'm going to change my resolution to 300 pixels or dots per inch. I'm going to hit OK at this point, and it'll take a second. Now it's resized. If you take a look at the tool panel, it's going to look really similar to Photoshop. If I want to zoom in a little bit on my kitty, there we go. Now, if I'm going to work on this, let's say again tomorrow, I want to leave the file format a PSD. So I would just go to File, Save as a PSD. It'll save any work that I've done. It'll save that resize and the change in the DPI. And when I do that, it's going to shoot down into my downloads again. And since I've opened this once, it's going to save as a second version. That's why you have the 2 in parentheses. Now, if I were totally finished with this, I'm going to go ahead and not save it. This is how Photopea is a little different. I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to do Export As. And this time, I'm going to choose JPEG. I shouldn't have to change anything about the pixels. It's a JPEG format. You do want to make sure that your quality is at 100. And I would prefer you attach the metadata. So check that box and hit Save. Now you can see I've got the same file number down at the bottom here as I did with my PSD, but now you can see that it's saved as a JPEG. That's the version that would need to be turned in. So I hope you found this helpful and easy to use. It should be a pretty easy transition from Photoshop.